to the Discord so you can maybe get some people in there to share their stories with you, because I think people really enjoy having spaces for the deconstruction community where they can talk and share their experiences, not just debate and have conversations with Christians, you know? I think it's important to have the deconstruction spaces.
Right. I agree. And again, I thank you. Hi, Mama Bash. I follow you too and follow Bash like religiously, if I can say that.
Hi.
All right. Have a great day. I'm going to go hang
You
out with the family
too.
now.
Okay, have a great
Okay.
day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Hi, Mama Bash. Merry Crystal
Hi,
Miss.
Crystal. Merry Crystalmas. I
How
love
are
it.
you?
I am doing well.
I was thinking of going live today because unless the baby was born, we're kind of on baby watch, so we weren't really
Right.
planning much for today. And so I thought, well, if the baby isn't born yet, I'll go live. But I kind of want to do something funny, and then I remembered that, I don't even know how I forgot. Okay, every Christmas I sing every Christmas song, but I replace the word Christmas with crystal to my kids
Oh,
to annoy
nice.
them. And so I've done that since they were little, and it does annoy them. The effect, it works. It's a great thing. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll just do Merry Crystalmas. So, and we could just hang out today and be heathens together on Crystalmas.
I think that's a great idea. I was on somebody's live last night, and there was a young lady on there who just started deconstructing, but she grew up in one of those really strict cults. And so she doesn't have much family. And so she was able to just kind of come on and share her story. Now, I think it was really nice that there were so many of us that were there to kind of just give her a place to hang out because she was alone and
Yeah.
feeling kind of, lonely because of it was a holiday without her family.
Yeah,
And so I think that's a great idea, just giving people a space.
I do too. I think it's, I know that, I was always kind of a black sheep of my family. And I think that, I think that it's maybe because I have always been one who's like going to question you, whoever you are, right? And
Right.
that's why I didn't, shy away from questioning this God, I guess, eventually. But that doesn't go over well being one of those people in a, in a
Hmm.
patriarchal home, you know?
Right.
So, so it had probably been years, even as a Christian, since I'd really celebrated with any family other than my kids and my husband and stuff. Um, but it's hard now when the kids are all grown, they're in different states and everything. And I don't want to put the same kind of ridiculous pressures my parents put on me when I was a
Right.
young mother with three kids to try to buy everybody Christmas presents and fly somewhere, because that was also required of me. It's ridiculous.
Right.
It's not logical. So we just do whatever we want to do on Christmas, and we send each other gifts if we can. If we can't, it's whatever, And we
Right.
just our holiday is Thanksgiving, even though I don't like to celebrate what I was
Right.
taught growing up. It's more just about all of us eating together and hanging out and playing video games for 4 days. So that's really
Oh,
our
that's
little family
nice.
holiday. Yeah, we just have fun playing video games with each other and just eating a lot of food.
Hmm.
Do you guys have something special that you do during the holidays still, Mama Bash?
Not really. My brother came over this morning and cooked brunch for me and my mom and
Nice.
Bash's girlfriend. And so we all had brunch together. And my brother's a really good
Nice.
cook. So that
Ooh.
was what we did today. My youngest is in Boston with the baby and expecting another baby in April. So she didn't want to
Oh,
travel this year, which
congratulations.
makes a lot of sense. I know, right? So
Yeah.
I'm expecting another grandbaby. And then
That's awesome.
my middle daughter, she went to visit her aunt in Georgia. So just the six of us were here and we did brunch and we're pretty much done for the day.
That's awesome. Merry Crystal, Miss Cyber and Nick. How are you guys?
Hi, Cyber and Nick.
Hello.
Hello.
Just so you know, Nick is actually like a fantastic name. Ask me how I know.
How do you know? Are you
I don't know.
Saint Nick today, Nick?
Absolutely.
So, go ahead, Nick.
What year were you born, Cyber?
86.
Oh, frig, so I can't even say I claimed Nick first.
Ah. So for
What
those who
month?
don't know, Nick is my government name. So let me tell you a story of, being a Jewish boy who grew up attending like Jewish private school, because that's what you do when you live in a Jewish community, moved out to Idaho where there's no Jewish schools. So I started attending public school, and like, we know like Santa, but you don't like, especially in the Jewish Orthodox community, you don't dive into the lore of Santa Claus. It's just not necessary. And so I'm like hearing this thing about Santa bringing presents and stuff. And I'm just like, wait, how come Santa doesn't bring presents to all the Jewish kids? Like, and like, yeah. And I ended up like spoiling Santa Claus for a lot of people because of that. My parents would I remember the first year my parents got called into like the teachers or the principal's office, and like, we've got some parents that are complaining, and we understand you're Jewish, we understand that, but he kind of ruined Santa Claus for like an entire class.
I remember how I found out that Santa wasn't real. It was like from a neighbor. She said something. She said something like, "I get to be Santa this year," and I was old enough that I went, "Oh, oh," and it just all clicked. But what is so stupidly funny to me is it wasn't until like the next year that I stopped believing in the Easter Bunny. What? I believed there was some stupid bunny. Oh my God, the things I believed. I trusted
Santa
too much.
Deconstruction.
Santa Deconstruction. Hey, buddy. Trust but verify. Orion, good to see you. Doc, good to see you. Everybody, welcome in, everybody over on YouTube, whether you are watching on I Am Crystal J or the Deconstruction Junction Discord YouTube channel. Welcome in, everybody. Merry Crystalmas. Whatever you are doing today, I hope you're having a wonderful day, whether you are with family, if you are by yourself, if you just, going to have a quiet dinner with a few friends, whether you celebrate Christmas, whether you celebrate Kwanzaa, whether you celebrate Hanukkah, whether you don't celebrate, I don't care. Whatever you're doing, I hope you and your family are safe. And I'm going to say something. Hi, Mr. Curtis. Welcome in. Pax, welcome in. Merry Crystalmas. Do not drink and drive. That's my message of the day. Don't drink and drive. Call a Lyft, call an Uber, AAA, something. But do not drink and drive. And try to stay off the roads because people drink and drive today. I do always hate when people have to travel on the holidays because I worry about drunk drivers. It's so weird, right? Welcome in, Courtney. Everlasting. I don't know if I said hi to you. You've been here since the beginning, but Everlasting. Merry Crystalmas. I hope you guys are having a great day.
I stopped believing in Santa when he wrote me a letter when I was like in grade 1 saying that they were all out of boats for the bathtub. And I was like, how can you run out of boats when you literally make them? And then I just started glaring at my mother and I was like, oh. And I've never forgiven her. I'm 39 years old and I'm still waiting for my boat for the bathtub.
Well, when I was a little girl, we used to have this Sears catalog wish book every year that you got in the mail. And every year you would open that book and then circle all the toys you want. Mama Bash, did you ever look through that wish book, the Sears wish book?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so I didn't have to make a list. You just circled everything. And every year on the last page of that book was a car for a kid, right? Like it started, as a pedal car, or whatever. And every year some kind of cool car was on the back. And every year I asked for that car and I never got that car. I was so upset because I remember the year. You know how they always put what age range that a gift is for? Like this is for 10 to 14-year-olds or something like that. The year that I knew that I was going to age out of it, I was so sad because I didn't get that car. I did not get that car for Christmas. And then I'm wearing my Christmas Story t-shirt today to be festive. You never got the Barbie Jeep either. You know what I'm talking about. See, you knew what I was talking about. That car. Sometimes it was like a convertible, like, Cadillac or Barbie Jeep or whatever. I just wanted that car so bad. Never got
So,
it.
speaking of A Christmas Story, our town has, I think there's 30 people who have the leg lamp.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, and they have got together. And if you can go and visit all the houses and manage to take a snapshot of the thing in their window, they give you like a $10 prize for taking the time to go do
Wow.
that.
That's cool. That's kind of fun. I like that. Not far from me, my town does. I don't actually think that my town does anything for Christmas. I was gonna say something, but I don't think it's for Christmas. They do some very famous play or something, but I don't think that's a Christmas play. Now that I think about it, I don't know. My town's not known for anything, but but something with my name and then that's illegal. That's what it's known for. That's what my town is known for. And you'll have to figure that out because I can't say it on TikTok. Ty here figured it out because she just dropped unalived. Oh, I thought you requested it. Well, if you requested up, you disappeared from the guest box, but welcome in, Fee. Oh, you did on accident. Well, you are welcome up. You know that anytime you want. We're just hanging out today. Believers, non-believers, whoever wants to come up. We're talking about, funny Christmas stories from the past. I don't know. We could even talk about funny Christian things that we thought about Christmas. I don't know that I bought the whole star story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I really believed a star could move and then like hover over a house. I don't know if I bought that
I
all the
mean,
way.
technically it could move, but hover, no, because they could have been following a comet.
But they could have just been following a UFO too, and it hovered over the house. You know what I'm saying?
That's valid. That's valid.
I mean, could have just been like, I don't know. Every once in a while when we're talking like this, I want to say something in like completely insane, like Christians do to us. Like I was just gonna go, but it also could have been the Anunnaki.
Not the Anunnaki.
So last night on another live, there was this person on there that was deep into the conspiracy theories. She was talking about, I can't remember the name of the alien that talked to Eisenhower. Like she was really deep into that. And,
Wow.
but But when you go and like mention like the Anunnaki or any of those, well, she's like, no, that's BS. That Anunnaki don't exist. That's just BS. And I'm like,
Oh, that is so
So the
funny.
thing that's actually recorded in mythology, she doesn't believe that.
right. Well, and the funny thing is, so the guy who came up with this, I think his name was like James Stranger or something, but he has like his degree is in criminology and psychology and theology. So he has like 3 bachelor's degrees, but he has master's degrees in psychology and criminology. And I'm like, and it's based off like a book. According to his book that he wrote, he was like outside doing, he was an evangelist. He was outside trying to street convert and somehow ended up inside the Pentagon. Managed to wade his way through all of security. Ended up in a room with the president and witnessed the president talking to this alien from Venus.
Two things I need to address in chat real quick. I'm over it. I am so sorry to hear about your beloved pet, and I just hope that you have some friends and loved ones around you right now, and I hope that listening to me today, you get to maybe just get a little relief from the pain, because I know that sometimes for me when I'm hurting, escaping by listening to other people and stuff, it really helps. So I wish I could give you a big hug. The nerdy, I just wanted to tell you that all my videos are on my YouTube channel. I am CrystalJae, and you can check them all out there. I put them up. If for something happens to the recording, it usually takes a few days, but otherwise they go up directly after the show. Merry CrystalMass, the real Richie. Good to see you. Welcome in, everybody. I'm sorry, you guys can continue. I just wanted to address those few things in chat real quick.
Yeah. So yeah, and when I was trying to explain to her, I'm like, now let's go look at this guy's credentials, psychology and criminology. Do you think there's a chance that he might know a little bit on how to write literature that can be a little manipulative? And she's like, no, absolutely not. So I'm just like, okay, I get it.
Wow.
But speaking of the Anunnaki, Nick and Crystal, you might remember who this is. Has anybody seen Fireboy lately?
I have
don't know
not
Fireboy.
seen Fireboy in forever. Like forever.
So back when Liz would co-host with me, Fireboy is a huge believer in the Anunnaki and the Dyson spheres. I just always call them the Dyson vacuums. But he'd come up and he was a pretty chill guy, but he was deep into that. And he'd always want to come up and talk about it. And then he just kind of like disappeared off the app. I haven't seen him for like ever.
And don't forget about the mermaids. He would go on about the mermaids in the Bible too.
Oh, yes.
Wait, I might have talked to him because I remember somebody saying some shit about mermaids, Nephilim, and Anunnaki. So I may have.
It's probably him
said-
because he's the
As I
only
said to
Christian I know who
Brittany-
talks about mermaids.
Yeah, so it must be the same guy. As I told Brittany, though, Brittany, she mods for Born Again Atheist. She asked me about something. She goes, "Was this guy on your show?" And I don't know about you guys, but I am not kidding you. Once you leave the show, I do not remember you the next day. I don't, not you guys. I'm talking about the Christian guests, right? Like, you're gone and then you come up the next day. It's unless I see you every day like Hutu and Jordan and stuff, I totally forget these people. And I told her, well, it's just that all the mogs look alike. All the men of God, they go up with the same arguments, they say the same things, right? Like they all end up seeming like the same person. But I don't know, the mermaid one, that's very unique.
Yeah.
What does it take for me to remember one of them? I probably have to see them a lot. Like, I have seen Jordan a million times. I've seen Hutu a million times, J Rob, Russell. So once you've seen them a million times, but I don't really remember them very much from a single call. I really don't. Like they will come back and go. Sometimes it'll tell me, like if I'm paying attention. I guess it tells you every time, like they're a previous guest, but I don't pay attention every time that they're a previous guest. So I don't realize.
So I'm just curious because we've all heard the myth of how in 325 during the Council of Nicaea, it was to fight the Arius belief that Jesus was not divine. And it had over 300 bishops that were there, St. Nicholas being amongst them. And, the myth goes that as Arius was providing his argument for why Jesus could not have been divine, that St. Nicholas got agitated and went up and slapped the absolute matzah out of him and turned around to the other bishops and said, tell me now that Jesus wasn't divine. And then Arius stopped giving his argument. And then later on they voted to that Jesus was divine. I mean, what if that slap had never occurred and we now have no belief that Jesus was divine? How different would Christianity have been? And of course it's a myth. We don't know if St. Nicholas actually slapped him. It's a myth. But what if the slap had never happened?
I just want to really I just really want to see a video of somebody reenacting that. And I want them to wear a red suit and shit, though. I want them to dress as the Coca-Cola Santa slapping the shit out of somebody at the Council of Nicaea. I don't know why. I have a dark sense of humor. I really do. Welcome in, Eddie. Merry Crystalmas. If I didn't say it, Nancy, Merry Crystalmas. Witchingly Witchy, Merry Crystalmas. Saba, Merry Crystalmas. Eddie, Merry Crystalmas. I'm over if I didn't say it, Merry Crystalmas. Aaron Stone, Merry Crystalmas. Amy Cook, Merry Christmas. The guest box is open. We're hanging out. We're talking. You can come up and tell your stories. You could talk about the time you never got the Christmas present that you really wanted. You could talk about the time you did get the Christmas present you really wanted. You could talk about the best Crystalmas. Oh, thank you, Holy Ghosted. That was cool. The best Crystalmas gift you ever gave somebody. We're just hanging out. Joel reads Bible. Happy Crystalmas to you.
So were the cookies gone for anybody else this morning?
Oh, honey, cookies don't last in this house.
We didn't have cookies. We had caramel and cheddar covered popcorn, and there's no.
Monica, one of the best. Hi, Ty here.
Hold on, give me one second. Sorry, I had your YouTube stream playing in the background.
That's okay.
So I'm typing an email. I just wanted to say really quick. So when I was younger, I used to talk to Santa like I talked to God, like I would pray. I wouldn't do like the Christmas list and what have you. And I remember when I was younger, there was this one year. Have you seen the Brandy and Whitney Houston Cinderella? Yes. It's so good, but the ball scene, they had the best dresses, like so pretty. And I remember every night I would go to bed and be like, Santa, please give me one of those dresses like from Cinderella. And it never happened. And I was so hurt. And then obviously now I know I didn't tell my mom anything. So how was she supposed to know? But yeah, that one was sad. But
that is so sweet, though.
I know. I just wanted a gown. I just wanted a ball gown. And then there was another year where I think I might have asked my mom this time, but like when I was younger, I hated my hair, and I used to just like pray to Santa and to God too, for that matter. Like, can you give me different hair? I just want different hair. And my mom got me a wig that Christmas, or Santa did. Yeah, my first ever wig, and that one I was happy with. I would put
That's
that thing
good.
on, and like, I don't know if you remember the keyboards. I think they might actually still have them, but like they play music, and I would just put music on and just dance with my little wig and just go to town. But yeah, those are my childhood Christmas memories. One fun one heartbreaking one. But
Yeah, but there's
yeah.
always a good one and a bad one, right? Like we always
Yeah.
have those memories.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one year, my daughter was living up in Washington with my aunt and uncle, and my son was living in New York, and my other daughter was living here, but she was working for Amazon Prime, or Amazon, which is prime time, so they're super busy. They work overtime a lot, right, Cyber? And so it's very hard to spend time with somebody who works for Amazon during the peak seasons, like the holiday or prime. So we didn't really have anything to do. So at the last minute, I said, let's fly up and see our daughter in Washington. She lived with my aunt. So I contacted my aunt and I said, I like have never done anything like this before. Like, would you be cool if we fly up and see you guys on Christmas Eve? Like, we're going to just show up on Christmas Eve. And she was like, yeah, I'll totally keep it a secret and I'll make them stay up late. So our flight landed around like midnight. So we are coming in like right at midnight. And she was making my uncle and my daughter stay up to watch It's a Wonderful Life, and she was like, it's a tradition, we have to. And her husband was like, what is she talking about? This is like not a tradition. And so when we came down the stairs, we're ringing the bells, but they were so tired. And she was like, did you guys hear that? And they were like, no, we don't. What are you talking about? And she was like, and so I rang the bells again, like I had jingle bells, right? And she even paused the movie and everything. And they were like, no, we don't know what you're talking about. And then she just gave up, and I just walked around the corner. My daughter was really, really excited and happy. It was probably one of the best gifts I gave anybody, was to just show up on Christmas as a surprise.
Oh yeah, I second that. What an amazing gift.
Could you imagine though if she had like another mom there, and I had walked in on it? I'm just kidding. Like, I was thinking about. You remember that video of the girl who surprises her boyfriend, and then he actually is not happy to see her because he's.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Just
that would have been awful.
My daughter's like, why are you here? No, she was really, really happy. And oh, excuse me, I have a new family now. My aunt is my mom now. What are you doing here? Hey, Forrest, Saucy, Joyful, Merry Crystalmas, Weirdo Police, Merry Crystalmas, Stephanie, Merry Crystalmas. You guys were hanging out today. We're just telling Christmas stories or whatever. I don't even care what we talk about. We're just hanging out. We're just having a good time. If you want to, debate us about something, I don't know. Santa is real. Fight me, okay? Fight me on that. Let's debate.
Yeah, Santa is real in our hearts and in our minds. I'll debate you on that one.
Right.
It's like, I don't have the time. I wish I could. But hi everybody on the panel. Yes, I saw it. It's so cute.
Hello.
Of the hat on the crystal emoji was so cute. If you want to do one with the red eyes, I'll use that one all day. I love that.
Yes.
But
yes.
All right, I'm gonna jump back down. But Merry Crystalmas, everybody! I adore you all. Love you, Crystal.
I hope you have
Happy
a wonderful day.
Festivus.
Thanks for coming up.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Welcome in, CBJ. Jesus is Santa for grown-ups. Didn't somebody run that this week? I feel like I saw that background this week.
I think Justin might have ran it.
Yeah, I
really
remember
like
seeing
that.
it, but I can't remember who it was.
He did write it this week. Okay. Good morning, pagan. I don't know. Are they saying good morning to you, Nick? Okay, Merry Christmas,
see.
Mama Bash.
Good morning.
Tell Bash and your family we said Merry Christmas.
Now, did Justin go live last night or?
I think
Yes,
so.
he was live last night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was busy yesterday with other things, so I didn't get a chance to jump in. Because I know last year, he would hop on to the weather service where it shows, Santa flying around the world with
Oh yeah, NORAD.
the animation, and he'll be like, "Look, we got proof of Santa right now. Look, there he is.
That's brilliant. Yeah, NORAD.
Where's the proof of Jesus?"
We used to follow the NORAD with my kids. And then I told my husband this year, I said something about it, that, hey, I wonder if NORAD's still doing the Santa thing. And he said, I don't think so. But they were. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, JD. Merry Christmas, Ken. Merry Christmas. Need a Jesus tracker
Canada
on
watches
NORAD.
NORAD too.
Christ before Jesus, if there was a NORAD tracker on Jesus, nobody would have to find Jesus. What fun would that be? I thought he was like Waldo. We're all trying to find him. What? You can't just like make a tracker for him. That would take away the fun. Isn't that what life is all about? We are all hunting for Jesus like Waldo. And once we find him, we level up or something. I don't know, but it sounds like it's a really fun
I don't
game
know.
that we shouldn't ruin with NORAD.
I'm telling you, if I'm the one who finds Jesus, I'm putting a damn air tag on him because I'm not doing this again.
Maybe the real Waldo was the Jesus inside us all along. Oh my God. That's so fucking beautiful. You're right. You're right, Jaren, as always. There's a few thousand angry coward chuds hunting for Jesus right now. I don't know about the rest of us. Why do believers always want us to look for the guy they lost? I don't know. Why is it on us? Merry CrystalMas, Zename, Chopperly,
Okay.
Leslie.
So I've got a serious question because I hear about some of the kooky things that especially like evangelical Christians like having stuff. But was there ever like a Where's Waldo book made that'd be sold in like Christian bookstores, but it's like Where's Jesus? And it's just like biblical locations or biblical stories. And you're just supposed to find like Jesus.
Probably. That sounds Jaren is saying yes. Yes, there was. I didn't personally own that particular. You looked for a lamb. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. You looked for a lamb and you found Jesus. Oh my goodness.
You see like Isaiah 53, the representation of like the children of Israel like leaving Babylon, and there's like a few lambs, and they're like, see, it was talking about Jesus the whole time.
I gotta show you one of my Christmas presents. It's right over here. Let me grab it. Look what I got. Oh, wait, you can't. Okay, there we go.
Nice.
That
The
should be
Gnostic
fun.
Gospels.
Pretty.
That should be a fun read. Once I figure out.
I'll warn you, they're wild. They're really wild. Like,
That's what
take
I
care of
heard.
yourself.
I'm really excited.
I mean, I think my favorite part is the very first book, which is the Gospel of Thomas, which explains how women can't get into heaven. So before they can, they have to get some exchanges and become men. I think that's my favorite part. Yeah.
I did not realize that the infancy Gospel of Thomas was different than the Gospel of Thomas too. I learned that. I was like, oh, that's a different gospel. Dang it. There's too many of them.
Oh, yes.
But the infancy gospel is my favorite.
Ooh, nice,
hashtag
Catfather.
justice for Zeno.
What's that?
So in the
Zeno,
infancy
like-
gospel, so in the infancy gospel of Thomas, Jesus is just unaliving a bunch of people as a
I
child.
didn't know that was his name was Zeno. I didn't know that. I knew
Well,
because
so
I was telling my husband about that.
Yeah, well, Zeno is the boy on the roof. So Zeno was the boy that got pushed off the roof, and then all the children run away. And, people have already been weary about Mary and Joseph and Jesus because he's been unaliving children this entire time. And they look up, and Jesus is up there alone by himself. And so they yell like, get his parents. So his parents show up, and Jesus, like Superman, or not Superman, like Iron Man, jumps off the second story, lands on the ground. And you know how, like, when you're kids, or if you're a parent, you've had kids, where the oldest kid will do something accidentally or maybe purposefully hurt the younger one, and like, oh no, don't tell mom, don't tell mom. You get this vibe from it because, like, Jesus, like they're blaming Jesus for unaliving him. So Jesus resurrects him and is like, tell them I didn't unalive you, tell them I didn't push you. And the Zeno's like, no, you didn't push me, you brought me back to life. And she's like, see, I told you I didn't do it.
That is so the bad seed, right? like if the bad seed had resurrection in it, okay? Because obviously it doesn't. She just goes around unaliving people.
Have you guys ever watched the movie Brightburn? It's basically the evil version of Superman, and it's a kid,
No.
and he's like going around unaliving people. That's what that gospel reminds me of. The infancy gospel is
That's
like evil
crazy.
Superman.
Hey, you guys, keep tapping the screen. I've been live for about 45 minutes now, and we are not on track at all for 100,000 likes. And there's 43 of you in here. So if we all start tapping the screen right now, and by all, I mean you guys, because I would just be hitting my screen, and that wouldn't be good. It would just make you guys bounce and shit. That would be really nice. And if we could get the shares up to over 100, because that needs to be done in the first 15 minutes. So if you just hold down your screen like this, it should give you a list of names of people to like just start sharing it out to. And then you just do that. And then the numbers go up like Tahir's doing right now. And when you don't do it, your name doesn't show up. So then I put you on a hit list and I say, Nick, take care of him. And then Nick comes and gets you. I don't know. I just need you to share and like and do all the good things. I'm just kidding. Nick's in Canada. My guy is local. Well, thank you, nerdy. Just do what you can, you guys. None of this is a requirement, and it's always appreciated. But if you want to hang out, if you want to chat, guest box is open. I do have a gift goal. I do also have a subscription goal. But is that Rocky?
This is Rocky. This is the child of Doug and Sharon Stone, Rocky. You may have heard Justin mention him from time to time. But if you don't share the live, Rocky shows up on your floor at random times for the sole purpose of stubbing your pinky toe.
Oh my goodness. That Rocky. I gotta show you guys too what Doug put in my. Did you guys see on the Discord what Doug put in my gifts? Let me show you.
No, I didn't.
Doug. Where did I put those? Oh, here. No, where?
And so the lore behind Rocky, while Crystal's doing this, is that while Paul was riding to Damascus, he had a bunch of Christians in tow with him, and his horse got a little rowdy and he fell off and he landed on Rocky. And as Rocky was trying to impart the divine gospel of Doug into his head, Luke just happened to run over and said, Jesus Christ, Paul, are you okay? And the name of Doug just happened to get replaced with Jesus. And now we got the gospel of Jesus Christ instead of the gospel of Rocky.
That explains so much. I don't know if you guys can read this, but it says, "Enjoy your gift. Thank you for sharing your life with me. From Doug. God with you in it." That's what I get from my husband because of all of you.
Aw.
Yes. He now thinks he's a rock god. He's a rock god. That's just awesome.
That's awesome.
Well, we're just
Why
hanging out
why
today. What? Why what?
why are sweet potatoes so massive? I'm trying to peel this damn thing right now. It's fucking huge.
It is song time, Ty here. I'm gonna play a song for you all. So if my guests would mute up, we're gonna listen to I think it's Ex Parte, which is Tahir's favorite song on the album. So here we go. I hope I'm not late to the party. I've got something to say. And I want every gentleman here to have a front row seat for this ex party. Ex party for the ladies. One side talks, one side stays mute. You carved your covenant in marble, but forgot the feet that swept the pews. We bore the sons that filled these seas. And you signed the pact without the one that believes. I call this one to order, heaven and earth, bear witness today. Let the record show from the garden's first spring, the blame had a woman's name. Two men sat in the shade of a tree, Adam and Yahweh writing history. They needed a scapegoat, they signed the brief. From that moment on, sin's name was Eve. Leave two men alone, it's always the same. If they can't find a woman, they'll make one to blame. This is my ex-parte, my one-woman plea. You created calamity and tried to frame me. You called it divine, but the terms were deceived. I stand unbound with chains at my feet. Oh, at Sinai speak, no woman was hurt. Shekinah silenced, her fate secured. Let the judge and jury see. The law came by, but we didn't concede. The contract is null as divine. May the record show no woman signed. We never needed a savior or lamb, because the truth is sin's name is man. Sin's name is man. Oh, in the land of Egypt we lit the flame. Our mother's prayers, our songs unashamed. We worship the heavens, the stars, the sea. We knew the truth before their decrees. At Sinai the men left us behind, abandoning women, blind leading the blind. We bore the children, we kept the fire. They stood on our backs as they climbed higher. Once our rituals were pure, hands in the earth, spirit sure. With Asherah raised, they gave us no choice. But no God, no man can silence a boy. May it please the court to hear my battle cry. We denounced the God, we denounced the lies. The pens were theirs, the scrolls they made. It is man's guilt and man that needs saved. Rise up now, behold the power. It's time they bow. Fight out was never ours to share. Without the glory, there's no guilt to bear. Every woman today stands free. If sin is known, man holds the deed. The contract is null as defined. May the record show no woman signed. We never needed a savior or lamb, because the truth is sin's name is man. Yes, sin's name is man. Yes, the truth is sin's name is man. Sin's name is man. Yes, the truth is sin's name is man. name is man. Crispin, I was reading everything you were writing. I'm sorry. I'm glad you told her that too. Good for you. Yes, that is my signature album off the upcoming album Ex Parte that will be released on Spotify in just a few weeks. I don't have the release date yet. I'll let you know as soon as I do. And that was a song that I wrote based on a book I haven't even read yet. It's it's called Standing Again at Sinai by Judith Plaskow, and it is about the fact that women were not invited to the covenant. And as a Christian, if I'm not a part of that covenant, none of that applies to me. And I also kind of think Yahweh and Adam conspired, if you will. I actually have it on YouTube Music, most of the songs already. I am CrystalJae. I am able to listen to them on my YouTube Music, so I think they're up there already. And I don't know if I'll be able to do it on Apple Music. Apple has, because I use AI for the music portion and the vocals, and I just write the lyrics, sometimes Apple won't let you put your music there. So it'll depend. I don't know if I'll be able to do it there.
Sorry, I missed that. Is it going to be on YouTube as well?
The song should be on YouTube already, on YouTube
Oh,
Music.
okay. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, just look for I am CrystalJae.
Yeah, I follow you. I don't use Spotify or anything. I just go on YouTube because I'm old and that's why.
And that's probably why I already have them on YouTube Music, because Nick, I too am old. As
You two are old.
I am older than you.
People are always like,
Yeah.
hey, you should get this on Spotify. I'm like, I don't have Spotify. I got YouTube.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, maybe I have to do something. I don't know. You know what? To be as old as I am and figuring all of this technology out, I'm impressed with myself, because there are people easily 20 years younger than me that come to me and ask me tech questions. So to figure out how to write the music and make the music, and then how I have to put it on, like every time a creator does something, there is a whole thing they have to learn. I don't care if they're a t-shirt creator, content creator, music creator. There's something they have to learn in order for it to get out there, and no two things are the same. I was trying to crop a picture yesterday. I just wanted to, actually, I didn't even want to crop it. I wanted to resize it to make it a thumbnail for YouTube, okay, which is 1280 by 720. Do you know how many people my age wouldn't even know what I just said? They wouldn't even know what those numbers meant or anything, right? Okay, let's just start with that. But and they would not even fucking know what I meant, that I needed to make a thumbnail for YouTube. Okay, they would not know these terms. All right, and so I go to do it, and I'm used to Photoshop, and I just didn't have it on this computer. I now use my iPad more, so I use Procreate. See, you always have to learn something different, right? So I'm using Canva, and I set the picture to what I want or whatever, and the save button is under intensified, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, what did I do wrong? Like, why can't I just, I don't understand what I'm missing here. What am I missing? I changed it. It's the size I want. I now just want to save the picture. This is what I want. And I finally had to scroll down to the bottom of the page. There's an end, and then you hit save. And I was like, why? Like, who went, hey, let's make them end and then save? Isn't saving ending what I'm doing like it used to be? It used to.
I mean, you'd think.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that. The nerdy. I will take a look at that. No, there's no intuitive things at all. Oh, so then I went to another program. I don't remember. I had to keep doing stuff because each program had some kind of weird thing that wouldn't let me finish what I was doing. But finally, I made a fucking thumbnail for my fucking YouTube. It's it's always something because I'm trying to upgrade my YouTube to match my new like logo and background. Hey, Sabra, you have a friend in chat, Usman?
Yeah. It's been a while. He is Muslim. Back when I used to do LGBTQIA plus debates, he was my M's back in those debates. He used to
Oh,
come
that's
up.
cool.
And so how are you doing, my friend?
Hey, Shelly Belly, how are you? Welcome in. Merry CrystalMas. You guys, we're just having an open panel today. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys another song while we wait. If you want to come up, tell a story, say hello. I don't know. I tell a joke as long as it's not, racist, misogynistic, bigoted, or homophobic. We're cool with that. Make it appropriate, and make it funny because we're not doing something that's not funny, right? We're not doing that.
And I'm going to go ahead and hop down real quick.
My sister, Crispis from Syria refugee need help, please, Crispis.
No, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Ozzy. Appreciate it. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and play "Miss Me" with that misogyny.
Miss me, now you gotta kiss me. You interrupt my sentence, call it just a thought. Say you love strong women till you get caught. You want a queen who keeps it light and sweet. But bow down, little man, and kiss my feet. Yeah, you're misinformed, misguided, mistaken. And that charm, boy, I know you're faking. Me with that misogyny. You ain't the man you think you be. Miss me with that hypocrisy. Your fragile ego and royalty. I'm misbehaving and just being me. Miss me with that misogyny. You quote some podcast, call it intellect. But all I see is you begging for respect. You rate our bodies, dismiss our brains, then cry not all men again. Miss me with your tone, miss me with your sigh, miss me with your sweetheart. Boy, bye. Miss me with that misogyny. Don't need your fake apology. Miss me, can't you see? I'm the star. You're just an extra baby. Miss me with that misogyny.
I love the bass at the end there. I actually really love the bass so much. You notice that when I play Consent, there's some serious bass in there. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the 14,000 likes. Thank you for all the gifts and the shares. The guest box is open today. We're just hanging out. We're just making space. We're just wanting to, I don't know. I just didn't have nothing going on today, and I thought you guys might not have much going on today. And even if you did, you might want to come by and say hi. And so, yeah, I went live. If you're a believer and you want to come up on Christmas Day, and I don't know, prove something you can, but
Let's debate Jesus on Christmas. You know what? I'm actually here for it. I'm here for it.
right? If you want me to nail you to the cross like they did to your Lord, no, I'm just kidding. We can debate on Christmas. Happy
It's gonna
babies come
be
out of nowhere day.
happy woman had an affair day. Here we go.
Hello, how's it going?
Hey, redheaded, how are you? I was reading the comments. The said, I always wonder how the women that do the line act etc. deal with so many of the creationist wackos pivoting into misogyny when they realize they lost. Oh, we all deal with that, don't we, redheaded? Don't we, Nick?
Yes, indeed. I dealt with that last night. I went live for like the first time last night for like
I
on my
was
own.
watching you for a while. You were
Oh, were
doing
you
so
really?
good. Yeah,
Oh,
I
thank
came in
you.
a few times actually.
I think it's like it's really hard to like pay attention to the panel and like watch the comments and see who's like actually
Right?
like streaming into your live. Like I never realized how difficult that was.
Right? I
Like
didn't
as
either.
being
And
like
then
the host.
I don't have all the multi screens and stuff. So there's been times where people have tipped me on like Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. By the way, if you all want to tip me, those links are in my bio. You can send me a little Merry Crystal Miss. And I don't notice until the next day. And so you will get thanked tomorrow because I don't have all the extra screens
Right.
everybody has.
Like I
I do
noticed a
have
few
my
people are
iPad.
gifting me, but like it was incredibly difficult to keep up
It's
with. Like,
difficult.
yes. So like now I understand what it's like to be a host. It's kind of overwhelming a little bit, especially when you're just on your phone.
Merry Crystal Miss Sunny. I can't invite you up, but if you want to come up, we're just hanging
Yeah, I
out
just wanted to come
today.
up and say Merry Christmas. I'm getting ready right now. Like I'm in my
Are you
bathroom
gonna go
doing my.
hang out with family today?
No, I'm getting ready for a bartending event.
Oh, nice. I forgot you said that you make some good money on Christmas. So I hope
Yeah,
you get some big
that's.
ass tips.
They mainly pay me like a huge base rate.
Cool.
But yeah, it's good money.
Cool. Well, have a good day today, and I hope you make a lot of money and stay safe. Because keep an eye out for DUIers out there on the road.
Oh, exactly. Thank you so much. And I love
All
everybody
right.
in the chat. Thank you, like Deconstruction family,
Make
for
sure you guys are following
supporting me
Redheaded
last night.
because
It was so much
she
fun. Oh
goes
my
live.
gosh. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, she's
I made
amazing. She,
I made cookies.
this
Did you
is
see me make my cookies on the live or
yes, I saw you, and I also saw you with all the kisses all over your face. It was so cute. You just click on her, and then you follow her. The nerdy, just click on her, and then hit follow.
exactly.
Yeah,
Well, Merry
and
Christmas
we'll find
everybody.
you. Merry Christmas. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Happy
Bye.
Festivus.
Crystal Miss.
What?
Crystal Miss.
Text saying Crystal Miss. Merry Crystal Miss, everybody.
And then there's Festivus for the rest of us.
That's right. There is.
If anybody's old
It's
enough to remember Seinfeld, I don't know. Like I said earlier, I'm old.
it's true. I did used to lie to my kids about Santa. I was one of those people who did perpetuate the Santa story. And then one year we just didn't really have the money. It was a time where everybody in the aerospace industries were being laid off in the early 2000s. And or mid 2000s, somewhere around there. And so money was really tight for us. So Doug and I talked about different things we were going to do. And one of the things was I went to this craft show in town at a church, and they had this basket, and in the basket there was 3 of everything. There were like 3 puzzles, 3 gift cards to McDonald's, 3, like just 3 of everything. And so it was a silent auction, actually. So I put a bid in on that and I won it. So I had little gifts for the kids, but we didn't really have like a big present for them. And so I asked Doug if he would make a carpet ball table. Do you know what carpet ball is, Nick?
Not sure.
Okay, so
It
carpet
sounds familiar.
ball it's usually like at like camps and stuff. You'll see these. They're like long, almost look like shuffleboard tables, and then there's usually like some fake carpet in the inside of this long box like table, and then there's like a pocket before you do. And so I throw the cue ball down and try to knock some balls in, and you do it back and forth. My kids loved that at camp. They freaking loved that. So I asked my husband, can we like, not can we, when I say we, it always means somebody else.
It always means
Can
somebody
you,
else. Always.
yes, can you make them a carpet ball table? Hey, Bart, Merry Crystalmas. And he did. And so I started thinking, wait, I can't tell the kids that this was from Santa. They're like, Father made this with his own hands. They're going to fucking love this thing. And there's no way I'm giving Santa credit for this. And as a matter of fact, I'm kind of sick of giving Santa the credit for all these gifts that we worked so hard to buy them. Like, we worked so hard. It is the royal we, Amy, you are right. We will build this table. Anyway, so I told them that, the little presents were from Santa. I got a little better at my lie. And that the big presents were from us from that moment on. And then my son and daughter-in-law, and I think at first they were like thinking I would be upset or something. They go, we don't know that we're going to do Santa. And I was like, good, don't. It's stupid. Because some fucking fat elf gets credit for all the hard work you do as a parent.
I don't know. We never did big presents. Like, even when I was growing up, it was like one small gift, and then you got like a stocking full of like chocolate and nuts. We did mix nuts. So I never grew up in a house that did big presents for stockings. It was just stocking stuffers, right?
Oh, yeah, we
So
didn't put big presents in the
yeah,
stockings. We did stocking stuffers were usually stuff like socks and underwear and lip balm, and then a few little
yep,
toys that are,
yep.
and to this day, when we all do Christmas together, I still buy my kids stupid little toys for their stockings because every
Hmm.
kid wants to think their parents still think of them as a kid now and then. So I always let them know
Right.
I still know your favorite little things, and here's some fun little toys for you to spend one day playing with to remember your childhood, and then probably never looking at again and possibly throwing it away, which I'm totally I just want them to enjoy their
One
Christmas.
thing, one thing I kind of miss though is for a long while, whoever was hosting Christmas, the gift under the stocking was like a piece of pop. So everybody got a
Oh,
piece of their favorite pop back when, it
that's
wasn't
cool.
expensive. It was all hell to buy pop, but.
My parents put a lot of pressure on Christmas because if my mom could have been an influencer back in her day, she would have, okay? Because she was like, we had such a fake, everything was fake about us. Like, her house was immaculate, but it's not because she cleaned it. We did, the children did. We had very specific cleaning duties, days of the week that we had to do certain things. So the house was kept immaculate by us. She always looked prim and proper, and had her nails done, her hair, done, her lipstick on, her mascara on or whatever. She was always the little Donna Reed, but it was all fake as fuck. And I forget, so she put a lot of pressure on us because she bought like 10 presents for each kid, and then one of them was a big present. And big meaning that, like, in the 70s and 80s, that gift probably at that time was $100, which that's a lot of money for kids, that you're spending on Christmas, plus your husband and you, right? So as we got older, I thought, I mean, not that I thought, but like, you just, I don't know. I think that most people think that it's going to get less, right? Because now we're adults. It didn't. It did not get less. And then she expected the same from you. And here I am trying to raise 3 kids, and sometimes we're struggling. It's really hard to raise 3 kids financially, and anyway, she didn't care. They did not give a fuck that you were struggling. They still wanted gifts, and they wanted you to do it. It would be a long time for me to learn I don't have to do something just because it's my parents' tradition. I think that was a part of my deconstruction is just realizing I don't have to have my parents' traditions. And that was like, because it was expected of me. My sister still, to this day, does the exact meal my mother prepared every Thanksgiving in the 70s, Nothing different, not anything. And while my mother made a very nice Thanksgiving spread, it was nothing like, there's better recipes. There's other things you could try now and then, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I still, even at 39, I gotta have that turkey, and I gotta have it stuffed, and I gotta have those sweet potatoes and the mashed potatoes and the gravy and the thing with the thing and the thing. I mean, for me,
That's
I think
fine.
it
Those
was
all
more
sound
than.
good. Do you like Waldorf salad?
I have no idea what that is.
Well, let me tell you what Waldorf salad is, because this was on my plate as a child. My sister still makes it today, and nobody has eaten it. Not in all the decades I've ever seen it served at a table. I mean,
Oh,
we did when
no.
we were little because we had to eat it as a child. We were forced to eat it, but when we grew up as adults, we did not eat it. Look at them shaking their heads. Nobody wants no fucking Waldorf salad. It is cut up apples. It is cut up grapes. So far, so good, right? Cut up, like chopped up like walnuts. I can't remember, 1 or 2 more things. And then you're going to mix that with mayonnaise. And my mother used
What?
Miracle Whip because, mm-hmm.
Why mayo? This was sounding so yummy. What happened? Who broke it?
Because it's like the nerdy one said, it's just vile. It's just vile. It's just some kind of vile marketing scheme for the big man mayo. Big mayo got out there in the 70s and pushed Waldorf salad on us. Yes, white tea people did break it.
You know
That's
what? If
true.
there's mayonnaise involved, it was definitely a white person. I'm just
It
saying.
was. I remember too. My mother used to serve this side dish to us every once in a while. God, I hated when she did this. Now, I want you to hear me again. I had to eat a little bit of everything my mother made, and I had to eat everything that was on my plate. This she put on our plate, so I didn't get to serve myself, so I had to eat the whole fucking thing every time she did it. She would take a piece of iceberg lettuce and put it on a little plate. Then she would take a half of a pear and put it on that plate. And then she would take a dollop of a Miracle Whip, the stuff that's like mayo, not Cool Whip, okay, which is what I would have preferred. Miracle Whip. It is so like, why are you putting that on a pear?
Is your mom okay? Does she like need a coffee or
She's
something? Like I don't.
she's dead now. I bet she could use some coffee.
Oh,
Although she was
well,
cremated, so I don't know. She probably turned that would give mud for coffee
yeah.
a
I
whole new
mean,
name.
that's it's almost like the same as a child putting ketchup on everything, except for middle-aged white woman. It's like mayonnaise on everything. I no, no.
When I was a kid, too, this is another funny story about my parents. When I was a kid, every time we ate steak, they gave us ketchup, right? That's I, if you do that, how am I learning how to eat steak? I'm learning that steak always needs ketchup. That's what I'm learning as a child because that's how you're serving it to me.
Oh,
So then as I got
oh.
older, they would get upset that I had ketchup on my steak. But I was like, but I'm confused. I thought that's why how you ate steak. It would be until I, grew up and learned. I first switched to Worcestershire sauce. I switched to that for a little while because I was like, ooh, this has more flavor, And then one day I was like, oh, so if you cook a steak properly and season it appropriately, you don't need shit for your steak. You just eat your fucking steak, right?
Dude. I mean, slap it in
But
a pan with some garlic butter, like you're good to go.
a
Like
little
you don't need weird
rosemary.
shit on your steak. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
Yeah,
used to use wash your sister sauce a lot when I was a kid.
I still like that. And there is a steak sauce I make that my mom taught me for flank steak that you do use ketchup as the base, but it's like ketchup, a little apple cider vinegar, some garlic, a little Worcestershire sauce. I can never say that word, so I just like to make fun of it.
I
Oh, I
I
used to
just
like
call
make
it
one
wash your
too.
sister sauce. That's the only way to say it. Wash your sister sauce.
Worcestershire. It reminds me of Vita Vada Vegemin from Lucy. Welcome in, everybody. We're just hanging out today. You want to come up? You want to say hi? You want to, I don't know, talk shit about Joel and Mezzo? Because why not? We could just make up rumors. I heard that Joel cheated on Mezzo with another best friend.
Really? I thought they
Anybody
were
want to come
getting
up?
married in
Mezzo's already
September.
married. I don't think that
I
I
mean,
don't think
it's
that
2025. I don't judge. Like,
I know. I just don't think that Mezzo's wife is cool with that. I don't think I think she already has enough Joel. She's like,
I mean,
no, that's
that's
okay.
fair. But it would give her like the weekends off though to just relax and do her own thing.
True. Okay, so here is the most. Okay, here's my confession about holiday dishes. Okay, this is a confession. Okay, when I was growing up, my mother made a dish that at the time I did not know was basically saying something that was appropriation and kind of racist. Okay. I didn't know that as a kid because I didn't understand these things. I didn't understand appropriation for one. And so I have tried over the years to still cook this dish and call it by a different name. But because I said this name so many times when my kids were younger, they cannot let me live it down. They mock me every time because they know what I'm trying not to call it. But here is the dish. And I use leftover turkey after Thanksgiving to make the dish. And you can look it up because I think that the recipe was originally found in Betty Crocker. So they are the ones who came up with this stupid fucking name. I didn't come up with it, okay? So what you do is there's probably an exact amount of this shit to put in, but I've made this so many times I don't need to. You go get yourself some wontons, okay? And in a dish, you're going to put your leftover turkey chopped up, mix in about half cup to 1 cup of onion and the same amount of celery. You want these little onions, little celery. Add, you know what this dish? Add a bunch of curry to your tasting. I like, I like them to be a little on the curry heavy side. So to me, I go by a color. I want to see a nice yellow color in the mixture. Then you're going to take that mixture and you're going to put it inside the wontons, fold them over corner to corner, and you're going to yes, dumplings would have been a good name for them if that is what my mother should have called them that. That's what she could have called, but she did not because that's not what Betty Crocker called them. So, and then you use a little fork and you like crimp the edges down and then you fry those up. And so now I call them like fried wontons or, something like that. When I was growing
I don't
up,
know. I might be too Canadian for this conversation because I have no idea what you're talking about.
you don't know what wontons are?
I know what wontons are, but I don't know this like specific dish you're talking about and
Oh,
what it
okay.
was originally
So
called. I don't.
it was originally called Chinese tacos. And
Really?
yeah, that's what they called it back in the 70s. They would call, and there it is. There it is. There it is.
Yeah,
And
I've
I have
never heard
tried
of this
not to call
before.
them that for years and years and years and years, but my kids know what I used to call it, and they will not fucking let me live that down. Merry Christmas, soy sauce. The guest box is open. Want to come out, hang out? We're just hanging out today. See, yeah, they're very yummy, by the way. Fried dumplings, if you will. Fried wonton, whatever you want to call them. Just take your leftover turkey mixed with some onions, some celery, and some curry powder to your liking. Stuff those little wontons and fry them until they're golden brown. And make yourself a little dip or something to dip them in. I don't need a dip. They taste fucking delicious to me just as is. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you're
We
having a Merry Crystalmas soy sauce. And
we had
Shadow, good to see you.
a a licorice treat here that's named a lot worse than what you're looking at.
Really?
Yeah, so they were these roundish licorice things, like black licorice. And in Canada, they used to be called something that I don't even want to allude to on here.
Okay.
And it wasn't until I was much older that I'm like, we should maybe just start calling it licorice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the N word, the hard N word, babies, and that's what
Oh
they
my
were called up
God.
here. And yeah, I know. And it wasn't until I was much older that I was like early 20s that I was like, you guys think maybe we should just start calling this shit licorice because that's what it is? But yeah, it's a thing in Canada, and yeah, it's wild the shit that they used to name things way back in the day that we're looking at with the bombastic side eye now.
Oh yeah, for sure. There are so many things. But I still like that recipe. I just don't call it that anymore because I didn't know Betty Crocker was appropriating names and shit and being a bigot. And I didn't know.
Now you know just to call them wontons
Yeah, I
or
didn't know that you could
dumplings.
just say dumplings or fried wontons because I was never told.
Yeah.
Oh no, Amy, I'm so sorry. That sucks.
Oof. Oof.
Do you have a sump pump? Is it from rain? Because during the holidays, when my basement flooded, and we found out that it was the local grocery store who was selling turkeys, for the holidays and stuff. Deep fried, they were selling all kinds of turkeys. Anyway, they were taking a lot of the fat and grease and just dumping it down the drain, which you're not allowed to do because guess what happens? You back up the entire drain. So many houses flooded due to this supermarket doing that.
Oh, I hope that company got sued. That
The
is
cool thing,
horrendous.
I hope they did too. I did not sue them because I'm an idiot is really what it is. Like, no, I was a Christian and I was stupid. Here's the thing: it really didn't do much damage. Although you all know that that wouldn't have mattered. If I wanted to sue them, I could have. Right? I don't have to. I could have come up with damages. You know what I mean? There were other houses around us that were damaged, much worse than ours. But what had happened was, people were blaming the county and the city for the because it was the sewage line or whatever that came up into our basements, right? What Doug is a fucking engineer. He's super smart. So the minute we start to have a little water, he was like, I got this. And he like that since the sump pump wasn't working, he got like the water to go outside. He pulled up the carpet, got it out of the way, got a wet dry back in there, and then got a bunch of towels, and he saved our carpet, he saved our basement, he kicked ass. Okay, so that's why we didn't sue. But what happened was the city came by our house. What? Okay, that the night that it happened was right in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it was freezing weather, freezing rain in Kansas. Okay, and the workers were out there in the middle of the night, freezing weather, trying to fix this problem for everybody. And everybody was such assholes to them. But I didn't know that people were outside being assholes. It was the middle of the night. I was inside. And I told Doug, Doug, like, I'm going to put on a pot of coffee for all the workers because it's so fucking cold out there. And you just let any of them know that if they want some coffee, just to let me know, I'll give them a cup of coffee or whatever. And they could just leave the mugs on our on our porch when they leave, and then I'll just like wash them later or whatever. So a couple of the guys came over and were like, fuck, you're a lifesaver. Thank you so much for the coffee. We really appreciate it. And they were like, everybody's so mad at us. They're all yelling at us, and you're the only people being nice. And I thought, I don't understand why everybody's yelling at them. What do they want these people to do? These people didn't do any of this. These people are here to fucking bail us out right now. Like, why are you being mad at people who are helping you, right? That seems weird. And so in the morning, I woke up and there were the mugs sitting there. And in one of the mugs was a little note about, it was kind of for our kids. It was basically telling us that because we were so nice and neighborly that they, asked Santa to be extra, kind to our children or whatever. It was really cute. And then about a month or so after the holidays, we get a knock on our door, and it's this lady from the city. And she goes, I just wanted to let you know that if you file any lawsuit against us, that we do intend to, fight you to the full extent, because this is not our fault. We didn't do this. And I said, oh, we're not doing that. She goes, I didn't think you were, but I have to go to each house. And she goes, but if I were you, I would check with Dylan's. She basically told us who was at fault, because she was trying to actually help the homeowners know who to sue so that they could, know who was really responsible with. And she wasn't actually supposed to tell us like exactly who was at fault, but they were pissed. They were treated like shit when they came out to fix the problem, when the problem was a bunch of turkey grease. Welcome
People
in,
are
everybody.
just straight up miserable. I mean, like, I know, like, in my area right now, a lot of people are mad at the street cleaners because they're not going fast enough. And it's like, you guys, do you not remember when our wonderful freaking mayor and city council decided to sell off a whole bunch of our snow removal plows? And that's the reason why we're not getting plowed right now. So, like, stop blaming the guys who are out there 24/7 trying to fix these roads, and start blaming the people you keep voting for every
Exactly.
election.
People
Like,
displace their anger all the time on the wrong people. They
they
displace it on the
do.
people who are out there trying to help them. Whether
Yep.
it's city workers or customer service people,
Hmm.
when you're out there yelling at somebody who's just following a company policy, you're an asshole. There's
Yep.
nothing they can do about it. It's a company policy. Don't like the company policy, don't shop with that company or file a complaint with that company.
Exactly.
Yelling at the frontline cashier is going to get you nothing
Right.
except a trespass, maybe. Maybe you'll get trespass.
Right.
Merry Crystal Miss Pinkbeard.
Might catch you a felony or two.
Yeah, you might. All right, well, I'm going to play another song for you. We're going to listen to my newest song, Abelina Ballerina. Get your tissues. I've warned you ahead of time. Abelina Ballerina is based on every woman who was a little girl in church who was told to cross her legs or pull her skirt down or button up because men couldn't handle themselves. And so it was your responsibility to make sure you weren't catching their stupid eyes as a little girl. It's for every little girl who has been abused in some way by men of God, for women who have been essayed by pastors or girls who have been essayed by pastors, then shamed in front of the church while that man continues to collect a paycheck and collect money from offerings and gifts. And it's based on a character by born again atheist Abelina. And if you watch her, you'll know that that's the name she gives mogs who come up and want to ask what her real name is, because that's something. What? Like, why are you asking for her real name, you fucking weirdo? Anyway, so here we go, you guys. Abelina Ballerina. I will be right back.
Abelina Ballerina, spinning in her tutu. All the world's a stage, lacing up her ballet shoes. Abelina Ballerina, they applaud as you dance. You're so precious, little angel. Dance away if you can. Abelina Ballerina, wooden floor counting time. In the mirror, she's a swan, arabesque in pink tights. Abelina Ballerina, sitting still in a pew. Preacher says that light you feel doesn't really come from you. They tell her every step is borrowed, her plie heaven sent. And for every bow she's taken, she's got something to repent. Abelina Ballerina, stand still, don't twirl, it's your fault if they're not holy. So be a good little girl. Abelina Ballerina, preacher says, let us pray. Closes the door so no one hears. Calls it a special game. He says this is guidance, says she's holy, full of grace. Claims God needs her silence, blessed are those that obey. Abelina Ballerina, the light has left her eyes. She no longer hears the music, and her steps are out of time. Abelina Ballerina, remember how you twirled, who's to blame if they're not holy? You're still just a little girl. Abelina Ballerina, stand still, don't twirl, it's your fault if they're not holy. So be a good little girl. Abelina Ballerina, those aren't butterflies you feel. Life grows heavy inside you, child. There's no way to conceal. They say her name like a warning. Obedience her only crime. While he preaches purity, taking them for every dime. Abelina ballerina learns what judgment costs. Learns who gets forgiven and who pays the loss. Abelina ballerina learns to mother through the ache. Learns that love can still be sacred even after what they take. She devours her education and her eyes begin to shine. Music pours out from within her and her steps fall back in time. She reads the words they cherry picked, preaches truth they try to hide. She interrogates the God, she uncovers every lie. She shows why nothing ever changes, who the system benefits. Men of God who feed on power, abuse, shame, and the grift. Abelina ballerina, show me how you twirl, spinning in the sunlight, dancing with your little girl. Abelina ballerina, dancing center stage again. Abelina ballerina, dancing barefoot in the sun. You're so precious, little angel, and your dance has just begun.
I'm gonna let this play on through to my next song real quick, Consent. And if you guys want to come up, guest box is open.
Consent. It's not an option to me. Consent. Respect the boundaries. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. No praying. No praying. No touch, don't speak to me without my fucking C-O-N-S-E-N-T. You love your neighbor, but you better ask first. You prey on trauma with that holy thirst. You catch these hands if you lay hands on me without my fucking C-O-N-S-E-N-T. Hey, if you don't get a yes, you'll never have consent. Submit, bitch, don't get it bad. Body ain't a toy, dude, don't even play without consent. Keep your filthy hands away. C-O-N-S-E-N-T.
Thanks, Michael.
No praying, no praying, no touch, don't speak to me without my fucking C-O-N-S-E-N-T. My yes is my yes, my no is a no. Learn your scriptures, learn your scriptures. If you know, you know. You quote the Bible when it benefits you. But fuck your book and fuck you too. Oh, you don't ask for consent 'cause your God never does. He just takes what he wants and calls it love. Chosen without asking, punished for doubt. This is what they preach that love is about. Your Jesus doesn't knock, he demands you comply. Deny yourself, follow me, and don't ask why. Heaven's full of godly men who tell me, send me first class straight to heaven. My yes is my yes, my no is a no. Bitch, learn your scriptures. If you know, you know. You quote the Bible when it benefits you. But my consent ain't subject to you. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. 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 No praying. No praying. No touch, don't speak to me without my fucking C-O-N-S-E-N-T. C-O-N-S-E-N-T.
You guys, I have some merch coming out for the Ex Parte album, including a real cool t-shirt. If you notice in the song, Consent is in rainbow letters. That is my, little, how Carol Burnett did her little ear tug to kind of acknowledge her grandma after every show. I just like to do little things. And that is my little nod to the LGBTQIA, because nobody ever gives a shit about your consent the most. And I wanted you guys to know that I see that. Anyway, so I made a rainbow consent t-shirt, and it says, you'll catch these hands if you lay hands on me without my fucking, and then it says CONSENT. It's really cute. So I'm gonna be dropping that in my Discord and in the Deconstruction Junction Discord in my channel. So be looking for that. I also made some Abelina ballerina silhouette shirts and stuff. So there'll be a couple of different, and stickers, and like sometimes people are like, I can't afford the shirts and stuff, but there's stickers in there too, the little Chris cut stickers. Just kind of a little fun merch. I'm also gonna make an ex parte, a Miss Me Without Misogyny. We're gonna no kings, no gods, of course. Working on all of that for you guys. That's cool. Oh, I should do that too. I love that idea, Tahir. Make my entire wish list all based on all the deconstruction merch. That would be really cool. There's some really cool deconstruction merch out there too. Hell yeah. And like there's deconstruction artists, who do drawings or crochet or make 3D printed items or whatever. I'm gonna do that next year. Every single thing is coming only from the deconstruction community. I'm actually gonna put a channel in my Discord for deconstruction artists who want to share their Etsy, their Shopify, what have you. I really like that because I'm an artist. I draw, I write, and I know I've never really made a living at it. When you're an artist, most artists do it because they love art. No, most artists are not rich. Most artists are doing something else to pay the bills because their art can't pay the bills for them. We prefer to pay billionaires ridiculous amounts of money to destroy the earth than pay an artist. So that's right. This is why they're called starving artists, because oh, that's cool, Lilith. I love that. I do have some of the Deconstruction Junction merch, but mostly I haven't bought like a lot of merch like from anybody. Like I don't actually buy a lot of merch, but I should like make it a point to do that. I learned how to do digital photography when digital cameras first came out, and digital cameras when they first came out had horrible like they were very pixelated, why can't I think of the words I want? Resolution, sorry, horrible resolution. 640 by 420, and just very pixelated. Every time you saved a JPEG, it created more artifacts. So pictures always, didn't look very good back then. Eventually, they, were able to advance and the Canon EOS became affordable for consumers to buy and be able to take really amazing. And EOS is just one of them, but that was the Canon version of the one that felt professional, but didn't cost the price of most professional cameras. So I finally decided that I would take an art and actually make money off of it. And Doug and I went into wedding and event photography and videography. Oh my God, I fucking hate weddings so much. Like, I hate them so much. Like, I hate weddings. I will never enjoy a wedding again in my life after doing this for a living. There is nothing about a wedding I enjoy. My son knew this too when he got married, and he put on a beautiful wedding. Him and his wife did a great job. It was a gorgeous wedding, and they paid for mostly everything. Like, I didn't have the money to pay for what they wanted, but we paid for what we could. You know, we helped with invitations, things like that, but I couldn't. But he even knew when he was doing his wedding, he was like, "You hate all of this, don't you?" I'm like, "Hey, yeah, I fucking hate weddings. They're just such a waste of money. They're so fucking stupid." Like, my youngest called me and told me that she was like eloping. And I said, "Okay, do you want to do like a reception or something later so we could all meet each other's families or something like that?" But she was like, "You're not upset?" And I said, "No. I would totally have eloped with her father if it hadn't been for my family. We had a wedding. It was just small. I might as well have eloped, to be honest with you." But no, I was not sad, because she got married and had an intimate moment with her husband, and they got to be happy and nobody telling them what to fucking do. And that's what happens at every wedding. Every wedding, somebody's telling somebody else what they need to do, what should have been done, where something goes. Every wedding, there's somebody arguing over something fucking stupid, okay? And I just hate them. So the only time I made money off my art was doing something that I hated, and that was attending weddings regularly. That's funny, nerdy. Yeah, I remember one time go ahead, Nick.
I wouldn't mind weddings so much if some people got some original freaking ideas. Like, you only attend so many weddings that are decorated the same way, with the same flowers, with the same set of bouquets, with the same this and the same that, and it's like, can't you come up with something original, cool, interesting? Like, sacrifice a lamb or something. Like, let's go. Like,
Sacrifice
like,
a lamb or something.
yeah, I don't know.
Come
Like,
on.
do something,
Hi,
anything.
Merry CrystalMas. Oh my God, that's so funny. It's just like, okay, they're just so annoying. Okay, every person at a wedding is so self-important. I cannot express to you how pompous people are at weddings. I'm at a wedding one time, and I am shooting the bride. I am the photographer, and let me express to you guys something that you should all know about weddings. Okay, the most important person at that wedding is the bride. I don't give a fuck who else you are. Like, literally, do not care. Okay, nobody gives a shit about you that day. The only person they care about is that bride, okay? And the second most important person that day is the photographer, not the groom, not the fucking makeup artist, because if that photographer does not capture the moment the way the bride wanted, she will not ever have the memory she wanted, and she will be pissed, and it will be horrible. Like, you have to understand that photographer is the bride's most, like, that is what is she that's why she's doing her makeup a certain way, that's why she's wearing the dress she's wearing, that's why they're doing everything they're doing is for the photographs. Okay, so I am taking pictures of the bride, And one of the bridesmaids comes up to me and says, "Hey, the mother-in-law is thirsty."
What the
What?
fuck?
Why are you telling me this? Like, okay. I said, okay, then maybe you should get her water. Aren't you one of the bridesmaids? And she goes, "Oh, well, I thought you you're the photographer." And I'm like, exactly, and that would be why I'm taking pictures of the bride. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Then, like, we would be shooting like the cake cutting, okay? The cake cutting. And we would have people yelling at us that we were in the way of them taking a picture on their phone or their little fucking throwaway cameras or whatever they had at the time in their hand. They would get mad that we, the photographer and the videographer, were standing in the way of them getting a picture for themselves. We so many people got mad at us about that. I'm like, we even would tell them sometimes at the beginning, we're going to do the cake cutting now. We are going to be in the way, but as soon as we get our shot, we will move out of the way quickly and you can all get pictures. And they would still like, oh my God, it was ridiculous. It was just so ridiculous. I hated weddings so much after I got done. We were sued for eating food at a wedding. It's in our contract. We already had it in our contract because we were already told by other photographers how petty bride and grooms are. So they said, make sure you put in your contract that they either have to feed you or give you time, like to leave and go eat or whatever. And I said, okay, so we added that in there. And they provided us with a meal. We never eat by the guests. We would always eat like whether if there was a kitchen or somewhere else that was away from guests. And we also told them, you don't want us shooting pictures while you're eating. Nobody looks attractive while they're filling their face with food, okay? And so you don't want that. We'll get pictures with the cake, but you don't want pictures while you're, eating. And we went and ate. And then I won $25,000 on a scratcher in the Kansas lottery. And
Okay, I found this on the web.
Why is it talking to me? Why are you talking to me? I won $25,000 in the Kansas lottery, and the brides heard about it on the news because there's no news in Kansas, by the way. Like if you do anything, slightly remarkable, you will be on the news. So they sued me for eating the fucking meal that they provided for me at their fucking wedding. Yeah, but they lost. But they did sue me. But of course they lost.
That
It
is
was in my fucking
wild.
contract.
Imagine being that petty. Like, that's so wild.
They also had this picture that they wanted me to crop. They wanted me to let me see if I can remember this right. It was a landscape photo, okay? And they want me to crop it to be a portrait photo. And I explained to them how aspect ratios work. And that if I do that, lots of the photo will not be in the photo. Because to take a landscape photo, you must crop a lot out to make the ratio that you can print and not have weird borders around it, right? If I want to fill the whole 8x10 paper up, a lot's going to be cropped off. And they were like, do it. I was like, okay, so do you want white bars around it and you could get a custom frame made? Or do you want, like this all, how do you want it? Okay, this is how we want it. All right. So I did. They printed it, and that was the other thing they sued me for. And you see a mediator before you actually go in to see a judge, because they try to get you to not have to waste the court's time by going before a judge and maybe settle before you get there. And the mediator is somebody who works in the court, so they have law experience, right? And the mediator's like, okay, I don't think, like, she is like literally telling the couple, I don't think you should go before a judge with this, like, because she has her contract that you signed right there, and the meal is in the contract, you see. So, and she's telling you the truth about math. I can't believe she has to like explain that I'm not lying about how cropping a photo works, how, like, you can't take a 16 by 9 and change it into a 9 by 16 without cropping something fucking out of the photo. It doesn't work.
So wild. Well, Crystal, my love, my siblings are gonna be here soon with my nephew and
Right.
my niece, so I gotta
love
get
you.
rolling
Have a
and
Merry Crystalmas and a Happy Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus for the rest of us. Everybody in the comments section, take care. I hope you have a really awesome day, whether you celebrate on this day or not. And if you don't, watch some really gory horror movies, because that'll make you smile. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Nick. Thank you so much. You guys make sure you're following Nick Graves. She is an academic in biblical studies and religion, and just an awesome person. Just an awesome person. That's all I'm saying. If you want to hang out, guest box is open. I'm just hanging out on Christmas because I didn't have anything to do. And I thought maybe some of you wouldn't have anything to do either, and you'd like to hang out for a little bit. I'm going to be live for 1 more hour unless we meet the gift goal, and then I'll stay live another hour. But gifts are not required. They're always appreciated, never expected, and I just appreciate all of you being here. But I do expect the taps and the shares if you can, because I tap and share for everybody else too. It's just kind of what we do on TikTok. We got to help support each other with tapping and sharing out the live. I'm going to play another song for you guys. I think we just listened to this and this and this. Oh, we haven't listened to No Kings, No Gods. We'll listen to that right now. And here we go. Oh, nice. I love doing puzzles. I have cats. It's really hard to do puzzles around cats. I want to have like a little she shed or something that I can go be where the cats are not. And that way I could do puzzles. All right, here is No Kings, No Gods.
They said Jacob I love, but Esau I hated. Before he took his first breath, his fate was already faded. Born red, born wild, born free in the dust. But the prophets wrote him off, told us God couldn't trust. Oh yeah, from Esau came Amalek, a name they cursed. They painted whole people with the blood of the first generation after generation. That rage rolled on, turned stories into weapons and called the slaughter divine law. But let me tell you something they don't want you to see. That line they drew from me, so run straight to you and me. They use that curse like a brand, like a flag in the sand to call every rebel, every outcast, every child of the land. I'm elect. No kings, no gods. We won't kneel, we won't nod. No kings, no gods. Every child deserves the dawn. So they say wipe them out. Remember I'm Alexian, but they don't see the mirror that they're staring in. They call them cursed Palestinians, despised. But they fighting for breath while the prophets tell lies. These are children never sin being born. The bloodline ain't the crime is the scorn. They were never Amalek, they were human, they were whole. And it's time to break the
didn't want to play that song. You guys, the guest box is open. If you want to come up, talk, you want to, I don't know, talk about anything you want to talk about. Tell me about your God. Tell me about your beliefs. Tell me what you don't believe. Tell me, do you believe in magic? In a young girl's heart. I don't know.
Happy Crystalmas.
Thank you. Happy Crystalmas to you too, Katie. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. I'm doing a traditional roast dinner for a friend of mine and myself for business.
Nice.
Yorkshire pudding, all that stuff.
Doug is cooking for us tonight. We're having some Brussels sprouts, mashed potatoes, and prime roast.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, that's all I'm doing. And I cleaned my entire apartment. So, pretty boring.
Yeah, we're just hanging out, kind of low key. Like I said, I'm still on baby watch.
Oh, that's right.
And so we didn't really want to plan anything because we didn't know if we were gonna just have to up and take off. But and my daughter, she works retail, so they are very busy during the holiday. And my other daughter lives with us, and so we just none of us really had money to do anything. So we're like, we're just not gonna do anything, but we'll do something in January probably to just gift each other and stuff. We just do it when we want to. I do eat meat. I eat meat. I wish I was a vegetarian, but I'm not yet. I don't know what I said that made you think that, but I do eat meat. We're having a roast for dinner.
Yeah, wait.
I have seriously started eating a lot less meat though. I see what you thought. Okay, I see what you thought, Carlisle. That makes sense. By the way, I'm sorry, I thought I said Carlisle for a minute. Caris, my dad's middle name was Carlisle, and he spelled it exactly like that, but with an L in the middle. No, I wish I was a vegetarian, and I'm going to tell you why. Like, I eat less and less meat all the time. It is starting to get to me, like, I don't know. And I haven't done it on purpose or anything, and so I find sometimes I still eat it, like sometimes but I find myself picking it out of food a lot, out of things that I'm eating a lot now too. So I don't know what's going on. It's just something that's happening in my deconstruction.
Excuse me. I did that too. I've gone back and forth. I've been a vegetarian for a long time, and then I was a vegan for a while, and not, and then a vegetarian again. So
Yeah. But I'm not right now. I mean, I eat meat. I mostly eat chicken. I mostly eat poultry. Like I even looked it up. Is there like a person who eats just poultry and fish? And there is. I forgot what it's called, but that is a thing. And I'm like, because I think that's the only meat I like right now, really. I don't really like red meat anymore. I do eat it still, but it's not. If I have my choice, I usually pick, fish or chicken.
Yeah, I don't really eat meat all that often when I'm not doing it for people.
Yeah.
It's easier when you're single to just kind of be a vegetarian, I think. If you cook at home a lot.
Yeah, it probably is, huh?
Yeah. And when you go from like being used to like cooking for 5-6 people every day to like you, that's different too.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris, I think it does have to do like with my deconstruction, because I think once you start once you become a person, thank you. Thank you so much, Tahir. Once you become a person who finds the courage and the fortitude, that is so cool. Thank you. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to shake my head. To question a God, like, because that's what people do when they deconstruct, they're literally questioning their God, right? So once you're comfortable enough to do that, because that's hard. It is hard to get to that place. We act like these people should just do it, and it's very hard when you've been indoctrinated. You start to question a lot of shit, and so I start questioning, like, I don't know, like, what is sentience, and why should I? Ooh, thank you. Look at how cute my face even turns rosy. That was so cute. I don't know. I have anyway. I've started to question so many things, deconstruct so many things about my life, and try. I think I check myself more. I think I check myself on who I am as a person morally, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely, we do. It's not hard.
Because
I mean, it
when
is
you're a
hard.
Christian, you just apologize. I mean, you just say you're sorry to God. You don't even have to do anything but apologize to Him, and then you're good, right? You're back in moral good standing. But as somebody who's who believes in, secularism, that's not going to do anything. I have to make it right with the people. And so my best thing is to not hurt people to begin with. So check myself and make sure I'm not doing something that is harmful,
Exactly. Yeah, the Christian never-ending get out of jail free card.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Merry Crystal Miss Lisa. Good to see you.
So, who's having the baby? Your daughter or?
My daughter-in-law is having the baby. This is her second, and she's a doctor. So, I think that she thought she was going to be able to work up until, full term or whatever. But people in the medical industry often go into preterm labor because they're always on their feet, because they're just running around, because it's high stress, high demand, right? And so it's a very common thing with any occupation that is like that. And so she went into preterm labor with her first baby. She went in and then went into preterm labor with this baby. But this time, they were like, nah, you have to go home and rest. And she was like, wait, what? She thought for sure she was going to be able to just go right back to work. I'm like, no, that they had to put you on magnesium and you were in the hospital for 3 days. Now that they got the contractions to stop, they're not going to let you go back to work. You're going to be home. So she's been home resting. So it's the little baby's staying in there for now, which is good, because the longer the baby stays in there, the less time the baby has to spend in the NICU.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So mom and baby are doing good, and I can't wait I told them I'm going to call them after I'm done here. And we're going to finish up here in about 45 minutes, unless we meet the gift goal, and then I'll stay live for 1 more hour. But I said, when we get done here, I'd give them a call. I want to hear all about how my granddaughter is at that age now where she's a toddler. This is going to be like her first Christmas that she'll really, understand some of it, like unwrapping the present stuff. I don't think they pretended there was Santa or anything. It's just from them or whatever, but it's still going to be fun for her to open presents and stuff. And they got her a kitchen because they have drink holders in their couch, and she always comes over and pretends she's cooking in those little drink holders. So they were like, I guess it's time to get her a little toy kitchen. And so we got her all these little wooden I don't know if you've seen the little wooden magnetic toy food that they have for kids now, so they can pretend to cut it in half, and then it will be like in 2 pieces, and then they just go back together with magnets. And so we got her a bunch of little groceries like that, so she could play cook in her kitchen.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I think and this is their first time having a house. They were a couple in New York City, and so now they're in the suburbs with a little house with their little family, and this is their first little Christmas as a little family in their first house together. So I'm sure it was very special to them. Welcome in, everybody. We're going to be finishing up in about 45 minutes. We're just hanging out today. You want to come up and say hi? Want to tell us a funny story? Do you have a Christmas present that you never got and you want to tell us about it? How, like, Santa never brought you that present? Do you want to tell us about the best Christmas present you've ever received? I've been trying to think about which one was mine. And I cannot freaking remember. I know that I have cried at a few Christmas presents, but I'm trying to figure out which one's the best, and I don't know if I can figure that out. Okay, well, I hate dead air.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to write something down. I'm
No,
here.
you're fine. I was gonna play it. I'm gonna play another song because I always feel nervous. during
Oh no,
dead
you're
air.
fine, Crystal. I was just listening to you, and then I got like wrapped up in like timing out the meal and making sure when everything has to go in the oven, when and what temperatures, and like
Oh, nice. Yeah, absolutely.
all the like ADHD like deep dive, like completely organized.
I finally get tested in January for autism and ADHD.
Isn't that crazy?
Almost 60.
Yeah, I mean, I turned 52 this year, and I didn't get diagnosed till earlier this year.
I've been trying for about 5 years with this one psychiatrist, but I was also depressed, and so it was hard for me to fight for myself. And then finally, as I came out of the depression one day, I mean, I think there was a part of me that after trying for so long, I quit trying. You know what I mean? Like I just was like, maybe I am being silly to want to know this answer this late in life, right? I've survived. It's been fucking miserable and really hard to survive like this, but I did it. So then I was like, maybe I should, but then I was like, no, I want to. So I called my insurance. I was like, am I not covered? Is that the problem? Like, cause they weren't really giving me a reason, right? Like they just weren't being they were just being evasive is what it was. And, they were like, no, you're covered. And I'm like, then how, like, what do I do? And they were like, here, just call one of these doctors in your area and set an appointment. You're covered. And I'm like, okay, so cool. So I did. And I'm surprised that I was like, okay, cool. I'm getting tested. It's going to be a 4-hour test. That's a lot. That's a lot for me.
Yeah, it's just a lot.
Doing anything.
I think it was my my current therapist I've had for this past year that was like, yeah, you know what? I think this might be something for you. Because otherwise, I was like, oh, really? I just trudged through, right?
Yep.
I didn't get diagnosed with dyslexia until I was in my 20s and in college.
Wow.
So
difficult when, and people don't realize like how I realize being neurodivergent, that I know I am. Like what else that entails is what I want to know, right? And I realized by like just listening to my son, who is not like me, say things like, I don't understand why you don't just like do that. Or my husband. And they would say like, why don't you do it? Why don't you just do this? And I would think in my head, because that's not how it is for my brain. It's not, I was telling somebody this the other day, like if you ask somebody, do they want to go swimming for a normal, I don't want to say normal. I hate using that word, a neurotypical person or whatever we call somebody who isn't on any kind of spectrum or anything. They just think, do I want to go swimming? They just go, do I want to go swimming? Yes or no. But for somebody like me, it's like, going swimming means I'm going to have to go in the bathroom and change into my bathing. Well, first I've got to find out where my bathing suit is. Does that bathing suit even still fit me? And then after I go get my bathing suit, I'm going to go have to change. Everybody's going to see me in my bathing suit. I don't feel really comfortable. And then I'm going to get wet and my hair is going to get wet. And then afterwards, I'm going to have to dry off. That's about a half hour of just sitting there. That's what goes on in my head when you ask me, do I want to go swim? Now, does it happen fast? Yeah, it happens a lot faster than I can say it. But that's the decision making for me. It is not, do I want to go swimming?
Yeah. I absolutely can relate.
No, everybody does not think this way, Elizabeth.
You know what? And then you do all of that, right? And like, so now you've got yourself looking forward to it. You've solved all those problems. And then at the last minute, they're like, you know what? Let's not go swimming right now.
Right? Oh,
and that just
my
wrecks
God.
you.
Oh my God! When I first moved back to California, I wasn't here yet all the way. Like my whole family didn't live out here. I was like coming out here looking for work and stuff because Doug and I were preparing to move out here, and I came out here by myself for a week or two, and I stayed with my niece. And I realized, you know what? I had not been to a Southern California beach in so long, so I was like, I'm gonna go to the beach. But here's the thing. When I go to the beach, it's for the day because I'm not gonna fucking like get all ready for the beach. Get down to finding a parking space, get down to the beach, lug all my shit down to the beach, and then leave a half hour later. I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing. I'm going to the beach to spend the day at the beach. And in the afternoon, I will pack up everything. And yes, I bring lots of sunscreen and shade and stuff because I plan on being there all day. And I said that to my niece, I'm going to the beach. And she said, oh, I want to come with you. And I said, okay, but I'm going there for the whole day, okay? And I expressed that. And then I never wanted to go to the beach with anybody else ever again. Like she ruined that day so bad. She was late. Then we had to stop at the store to get her daughter some toys for the sand. Then we had to go and get something to eat in a sit-down restaurant. What are we doing? I just want to this is all before getting to the beach. And then we get we get a parking space finally. We get down to the beach. It is so late now. Like I want to say it's probably 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I wanted to be at the beach at 10. I wanted to be at the beach at 10. It's like 1. We get down there, we get all set up. And I kid you not, about 45 minutes later, she's like, I just realized I really hate the beach.
You're like, I hate it. Done.
Yeah. That was the last time and afterwards, after that day, I would say something like, I'm going to go do this. I want to come. I would be like, no, you are, no, this is, Auntie needs to be alone today. Thank you. Like, we are not doing that again. Nope. Carrie, JTP, welcome in. Draga, welcome in. Merry Crystalmas for anybody who's just joining us. We're just hanging out. We're just talking. I'm going to be here for just over a half hour more. Unless we meet our gift goal, then I'll stay another hour. But if we don't, that's okay. Gifts are not required. They are not expected, but they're always appreciated. And I want to thank you guys all for being here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, no matter what you do, whether you celebrate something right now or you don't. And no matter what you celebrate, I hope you guys are having a very safe, happy day. A very happy day.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, so far, so good for us too. Carrie. I never go to the basketball games, and her friend said she wanted to go with me. She talked the whole time. No, see, I hate that shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. I I don't know what you said, Sharon, but you too, friend. You too. I
Yeah,
know
I'm sure
that.
that's
I know
probably a
that.
perfectly okay set of words.
Yeah, it's not that I don't trust you, Jaren. I just don't trust you. It's just that simple.
Um, yeah, I feel like they can be pretty, sarcastic and snarky. Oh, Jaren, I have to say, like, I have been off recovering from a surgery, and I have enjoyed your lives a lot. And this might just sound weird, but they really also helped me get some rest. Only because, like, and I don't mean like it was. I mean, I like the material is fascinating. I'm also a data science. Well, I have a degree in data science or a master's, but I don't use it really. So like all that was super interesting to me, but like the arguments got repetitive, and that can help me sleep. And like when I'd wake up and you'd still be on, and I'd watch for a while, and then I'd go back to sleep. It was great. I felt like so rested.
It is true. I am glad though it's repetitive because it helps me remember things. I'm like, oh yeah, that yeah, I remember now. It's the Josephus one that's an interpolation or whatever. Like I have to hear it a few times and then I remember shit. But
Right,
as
like
he knows, he does have his own section in my Bible, in my notes. I'll show
oh
you.
really?
There's a CBJ notes area because I take notes when he's talking. I don't think it says CBJ right there, and then here are all the notes when he's talking. And they're funny. Well, some of them aren't funny, but I mean, some of them are. Like I wrote, no writings from Pontius Pilate. That's it. I just that's my note. People try to tell me Pontius Pilate wrote something. Nope, I got this note right here. Nope, that didn't happen. Socrates had a contemporary write about him, Plato. Okay, then it says Pliny, letter 96, book 10. See, I even wrote that down so I won't forget. Only talks about the Christians, and he has never heard of them, never mentions Jesus, and he served under 3 emperors. Christ is a title, not a name. Was the first one to write of the Christ with Christians. All right, see, I'm doing good. Christians mentioned as early as 36 BCE. And then I just wrote down this author's name because I forgot to write down. Like she's somebody who who uses Jaren as a like she references him or whatever. Nina Livesey. I just don't have her book yet, but I wrote it down. So I didn't write down the name of the book though. Paulos is not a first name before Paul, only a surname. Shroud is from the 1300s. That's when it appears. It has been dated to the 1300s. One of the hands is longer than the other to cover his massive junk. See, I take Josephus, Testimonium Flavianum, Antiquities 18.3.3 is an interpolation. Antiquities 20.9.1, Jesus, son of Damius, who is called the Christ, may be a scribal note. And then there's Suetonius and the Crestus and Claudius, and Crestus was a common slave name in Rome. He thinks Crestus was alive. Oh, that talking about Claudius, I think he thinks Crestus was alive and present in Rome, causing riots. Jesus was already dead. Nero 16.2. By 64 CE, there was a weird cult called Christians. So I do listen to these people, take notes, and then I fall asleep. Because afterwards I'm like, all right, I already took notes on that. I can sleep now.
Oh, I've heard this one.
Jaren's lovely voice. Yeah, I've heard this one before. Oh no, I'm sorry. You're covered in soda now, huh?
And I find like I've only really found this community of like deconstruction people and atheists and whatever within the last like 4 months. But I've known Cyber for years, for a couple of years,
Oh, yeah, it's a
like
great
on this app.
community.
It is awesome, but somehow I never really like. Even though I've known Cyber, I think I
Yeah.
knew him because he was doing like some trans debate stuff and some of those kind of like lives as well. And then one of my friends and him, I don't know if they actually dated or not, briefly. I really don't know if that's a technical term. But they did meet each other in real life. And so, and then,
Yeah, well, he really did say that, by the way. The nerdy, that is literally something Jaren said. That's why I wrote it down. That one of his hands is longer to cover his massive jug. I was like, I need to take note of this very important detail. This might be necessary in a future debate.
oh no. They are important.
I didn't know that Ghost of Christian's Past and Cyber are from the same area. I did not know that. I love Ghost. You guys, we're going to be ending the live in about a half hour, unless we meet the giggle. But otherwise, I'm just hanging out today. Just come up. Happy Yule. Happy whatever you celebrate, and happy if you don't celebrate. And if you don't feel like being happy, you don't even have to do that. Me, Forrest, and Dalton are all within 15 minutes of each other. I know, you know what sucks too? I think there's somebody else. I think there's more people closer to you than you know, Jaren, because I know some other people, but I don't want to dox them, so I'm not going to say who it is. But I think there's other people who live very close to you too.
Yeah, I used to live in North Texas too at one time. But
we should do like a Texas meetup, but like do it in Austin, so
oh my God.
so I can come to.
No, that's puts me too close to my parents.
Oh. Hey, Zach, come on up. Say hello, Zach. Happy, Merry Crystalmas to you.
But now I live in San Francisco.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Bay Area. I haven't been there since I was a little girl, though. I really need to go again.
Yeah, you should. Just come up. It's great.
Yeah. I love Northern California. I lived in Tahoe for a while.
Oh, Tahoe's beautiful.
No, it really is.
But I've kind of lived all over the country as just sort of a function of my work.
Oh, I gotcha. I've only lived in California, Nevada, and Kansas. Well, no, that's not true. I lived in I was born in Michigan. I don't know why I just said that. I'm born in Michigan, but I just don't remember it.
Oh. I was born in Virginia, lived in South Dakota, Texas, Ohio, Southern Michigan, Kentucky, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I was born in Detroit. I always would tell people when I was growing up that all the best things come from Detroit. Detroit Steel, Motown, and me, baby. But I don't really know anything about Detroit.
I grew up in Toledo, but like would be up in Detroit all the time in like the late 80s and 90s. So all the fucking good music was up there. Oops, sorry, trucking good music was up there.
Yeah. My you can say fuck on my show. My whole family was from Ohio. From let's see, they were from Canton, Andover, and Port Clinton.
Okay,
Port
yeah.
Clinton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I unfortunately like my family's all from South Dakota. I'm actually some percentage, I don't even know what, but close to half, I guess, of Metawankaton, Dakota. So Sioux. So like My whole family is like Minnesota to the Dakotas.
Yeah,
The
my
ones that haven't moved.
I never like I was 3 when I left anyway. When I left the Detroit area, I went back to Ohio a few times. I've never been back to Detroit. Um, Ohio is not for me.
Oh my God, no.
It's not for me.
No, not for
Growing
me
up in
either.
Southern California and then going to Ohio was a little depressing.
Yeah, I
From
mean, like,
California.
yeah, Ohio's where all the worst indoctrination type things happen to me. So I don't really like to go back there.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. And then I lived in Kansas for several years, but that is not for me either. And so we moved back to California eventually because I was 15 years in Kansas was 15 years too much for me. I mean, like, I shouldn't say that. I do love a lot of the people from Kansas. If you're from Kansas, and then I probably love you. Okay. It's just Kansas, like, is so ugly. It's really
Oh my
ugly.
God.
There's
It's,
nothing on your horizons. Nothing. Okay. And when you grow up where there's always mountains in your horizons, and I don't know, like it's really weird to like see nothing. Also, like if there's not mountains, there's skyscrapers. There's not skyscrapers either. There's nothing on those horizons in Kansas. La Paquette, that's cool. I hope you have a safe trip. I've been to New Orleans. New Orleans is fun every once in a while to go to. Lortz is from New Orleans.
I think the only pretty thing I ever liked about Kansas was I was doing some work in a refinery in McPherson, which is just north of Wichita. And this
Yep.
north of there is Horse Thief Canyon, which it was a beautiful park and a nice hike. And that was it. That was like done.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's things like obviously there's fields of sunflowers that are beautiful in Kansas, but you can have sunflowers other places. You don't have to have them in the middle of nothing. And then I also felt like when I lived in Kansas, I thought a lot of the things that the state did and stuff. And I was a Christian, so I'm not even talking about the conservative stuff yet because at the time I am a conservative Christian. I'm an idiot, okay? I just thought like a lot of stuff was stupid. At one point, I found out that Wichita was the air capital of the world. And I always thought, even when I lived there, before I found that out, I thought, why doesn't Kansas have like hubs at their airport? Like, why are the hubs down in Dallas, and why are they in like we're right in the middle of the fucking map? Why isn't this a hub? It would be so much faster for everybody. And we used to be known as the air capital of the world. Everybody flew out of Kansas for that exact reason. You know why they don't? Because Kansas and all of its intelligence decided to put these horrific taxes on airlines to fly in and out of Kansas.
Well, I mean, but Wichita has like Learjet and a couple other manufacturers for.
And you know what they do? They literally put their planes on like trains to transport them to other places to fly them out and put them and assemble them and put them together.
Yeah, my grandfather
worked
works
for Boeing.
Oh yeah, my grandfather worked for Learjet, and my grandmother was. This was like the '80s. Was one of the editors for the paper in Wichita. I've been there.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, my husband worked for Boeing in Wichita for many years. Boeing became Spirit Air, so he worked for Spirit also, and he worked for Raytheon out of Wichita. And yeah, and also there's an Air Force base right there, right out in Derby, basically. which is just south of Wichita.
Been to that
A
PX
lot of
many times.
planes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But why can't I think of the name of the Air Force Base? I want to say March, but that's here in California.
Yeah, I don't remember it either, honestly. But I was, I think the last time I went there, I was like 11. So.
I don't know why I can't think of it, but yeah. Hey, silly goose. Merry Crystalmas to you. I hope you're having a good day, whatever you're doing. I know that this is a weird day for many. McConnell. Yes, it is. It's McConnell. Thank you. Whatever you guys are doing, I hope you're having a wonderful day. And make sure you stay safe. Do not drink and drive. And don't drive if you don't have to, because people are going to drink and drive. So there's 2 safety tips for you. Don't do it. And if you don't have to drive, don't do it. Because you're going to be safer indoors this week if you don't have to drive. Unfortunately, statistically true. Yeah, we lived in Derby, Kansas for 15 years, which is an Air Force Base city. It was, grew into what it is because of the Air Force Base. It's originally called El Paso, Kansas, named after El Paso, Texas. And fun little fact, the only reason it is called Derby is it was a mail route that the train went through, and there's still a train that goes through it, that the train went through, and conductors who had to stop for mail routes and stuff along the way used to sometimes just call things little nicknames. And there was a guy there that always wore a derby or something, or his name was Derby or something. But he made just a little, like, that was the nickname for what he called that town when he would stop to deliver mail. And I don't think that the town ever did what they have to legally change the name to Derby, because the water company is still El Paso Water Company after all these years, even though the town is called Derby, Kansas. So some legal details that they never accomplished.
You are welcome. Yeah. Cool. All right, it is time for me to start doing cook stuff. So have
Okay, well, I hope you have a wonderful
meal.
meal, and you too. Katie, thank you so much. You guys, if you are not following Katie, please do so right now. Katie is amazing, and I really appreciate you coming up. You have a great day.
You too, thank you. Do you want to drop me for your algorithm? Or?
Yeah, I'll do that. Hi, La Paquette. How are you?
Very well. Merry Christmas, Crystal.
Merry Christmas. What are you doing today?
We're actually making sausage.
Nice. Nice. I don't think I've ever done that, but I feel like my parents have before. I think I remember them making homemade sausage. It's very good. I remember that it's very flavorful.
Much better than store-bought.
Yeah, for sure. What kind of
So
sausage?
I was going to tell you a cute.
Go ahead, tell me.
I don't know. We just throw in a whole bunch of different spices and hope for the best.
Ooh, yum. That's the best.
So I just have a cute little Christmas story to tell you. So go to bed last night, whatever, and about 1:30 in the morning, wake up. I have to go to the washroom. I'm old. So I wake up to go to the washroom, and I come around the corner just as my husband's coming around the corner, and he's got my gift in his hand. But I mean, whatever. And we scare the hell out of each other. He drops the gift. He's on the floor. I'm standing there. I don't know even where to put myself. I go back to my room.
Oh my goodness. You guys both thought you saw the ghost of Christmas Past for a second there.
Honestly. I didn't even hear him get out of bed, so I wasn't expecting him to be there.
That is so funny. I was telling everybody, I don't know if you saw, but Doug got me we weren't buying Christmas presents this year, but he saw I had a couple of things that I kind of need anyway, and so he got them for me for Christmas, so I wouldn't have to like buy them out of my budget or whatever. So he got me like a desk and then some shirts that I needed, and he got me a book. He got me the Gnostic Gospels, which I have been wanting to read those. They're supposed to be really out there. And then he put this with each gift. And I don't know if you guys can read it, so I'll read it to you. But it says, enjoy your gift. Thank you for sharing your life with me from Doug. God with you in it. Because of the rock Doug that everybody worships with Justin. And he keeps saying, I am God with you in it. I'm like, you're actually dog with you in it, but that's a whole different story, huh, honey?
Love it. Love it.
Welcome
Well, I'm going
in,
to let
everybody.
you go, Crystal. I know you're only going to be on
Okay.
for half an hour.
Yeah,
Merry
I'm only going to be
Christmas
on
to
for about
everybody.
15 more minutes. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, La Paquette. I'll drop you down. Have a great day.
CrystalMass.
What?
CrystalMass.
CrystalMass. Oh, here he said CrystalMass. Merry Christmas, one and all. Good to see everybody in here. Forever Atheist, Lies, God Stopper. So good to see everybody. Silly Goose. Thank you for the 400 minutes, Slice. Nerdy, everybody, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much all for being here, for all the taps, like, shares, and just the engagement in general. I really appreciate you guys. I know you might have had better things to do today, but you still stopped by to say hi to me, and I really appreciate that. I will be live tomorrow. Brittany! Merry Christmas, Brittany. I will be live tomorrow, back to our regular programming. I do have a sermon for you tomorrow, my auntie sermon. I don't know if you guys heard me. I started calling these auntie sermons like ANTI, but my AI thought I meant AUNTIE, and I kind of think that's funny. I really kind of like that they're a sermon from your auntie. But tomorrow, we're going to talk about, there's 3 women mentioned. We're going to talk about 2 of them, and then the other woman I'm going to be doing a separate sermon on. The next women after Noah's Ark's women are mentioned are Milcah and Iscah and Sarai. So we're going to talk about Milcah and Iscah, and we'll talk about Sarai, who becomes Sarah, later, because I hate her. I fucking hate Sarah. She's an abusive bitch, and so she needs her own sermon, okay? Because most of my sermons are trying to uplift women in the Bible, because they didn't get to have a voice, and they were abused, and they were treated horribly. But I don't like Sarah. I don't like how she's abusive to Hagar. And so I don't want her to be in the sermon with Milcah and Iscah. So I did a sermon for them separately, okay? And I think it's a really, really good anti-sermon, if you will. And so if you want to join me tomorrow, if you want to read it today, though, I've posted it in my Discord already, and that link is in my bio. If you have a problem with the link, just DM me. I'll send you a direct link. But yeah, so the sermons are always in my Discord. I post them before I even read them. So if you're in the Discord, you get the sneak peek. Yeah, sure do. Welcome in, Kelly. Welcome in, Dipster. So good to see you guys. Merry CrystalMass. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, whatever you're doing today. Do they call it Boxing Day? Where, like, as a kid, when I found out that some countries call it Boxing Day, I always pictured like kids beating each other up over a present like that they had under the tree. No, I want that. And then they would box because I didn't know what it meant. So anyway, I still don't know what it means. Obviously, I still do not know what it means. Hello, Miss Charlie. Good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day, whatever you're doing today. Merry CrystalMas from me. I'm not in Wisconsin. You don't have boxing. I don't have Boxing Day in California either. But I will box you if I have to. It's for boxing up gifts. That makes so much more sense when you say it like that. But, I like my idea too, where we just, wail on each other and whoever comes out on top gets the gift. Like, it'd be like a white elephant party, but you box each other if you want the present. I don't know. Maybe this isn't a good idea. You guys don't take my advice. I have horrible ideas. I think mine is more up to date. I'm just saying, I think so. I think that it started in England. The rich people took their Christmas leftovers to the poor in boxes. Are you serious? That's what it is? Wow. Wow. That's wild. That is wild. Let them eat cake. You guys, we're going to end today with Consent because I like that song and it makes me happy. I want to thank everybody for over 30,000 likes, for all the shares, for being so supportive of the deconstruction community, for always hanging out and chat with me and being silly with me and hanging out in Discord with me and being silly with I did have a Red Ryder BB gun, but not as a kid. It was as an adult. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Thank you, Hot Pocket. Oh, I don't even know how to do a heart. I did a Christmas tree. That's what I did. Oh my goodness. I did get a Red Ryder BB gun as an adult because, as I've said before, I'm a reseller. So I have bought out estates, I have bought out storage lockers. I don't resell anymore, but I was a reseller for many years. And so I did buy out a locker because I saw a Red Ryder BB gun in there. And then I sold it and made money off of it. But yeah. All right, you guys, I'm going to end the show here with my song Consent. I hope that wherever you go, you make every motherfucker get your consent before they pray, speak, or talk to you, or touch you, or anything, okay? Here's my song, Consent. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. Consent. It's not an option to me. Consent. Respect the boundaries. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. No praying. No praying. No touch. Don't speak to me without my fucking. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. I love that fucking. You love your neighbor, but you better ask first. You prey on trauma with that holy thirst. You'll catch these hands if you lay hands on me. Merry CrystalMas, Minnie Kwan. If you don't get yes, you'll never have consent.
CONSENT, everybody. Don't you forget it.
Bitch, don't get it bad. Money ain't a toy, don't even play without consent. Keep your filthy hands away. My yes is my yes. My no is a no. Bitch, learn your scripture. If you know, you know. And fuck you too. You don't ask for percent because your God never does. He just takes what he wants and calls it love. Chosen without asking, punished for doubt. This is what they preach that love is about. Your Jesus doesn't knock, he demands you comply. Deny yourself, follow me, and don't ask why. Heaven full of godly men do tell and send me first class straight to heaven. My yes, my no is a no. Learn your scriptures if you know, you know. You quote the law of the Bible when it benefits you. But my consent ain't subject to you. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. 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 No praying. No praying. No touch, don't speak to me. Without my fucking C-O-N-S-E-N-T. She really nails it up there.
Yeah.
Merry Crystalmas,
Love
Tiger.
it. Merry Crystalmas. My favorite thing to do is listen to your songs and then like do the church praise. If you know, you know, the sway, the hands up, the praise.
Yes.
Taking back worship.
Fuck yeah, that's what
Yep.
I want to do. Like, they don't get that. They don't get to own that. They
Yeah.
probably appropriated that from somebody. They appropriated all their music from somebody.
Facts.
So quit playing, right? So,
Honestly.
no, fuck them. They don't own any of that. They don't get to. We're taking it back.
I'm with you. The secular praise, man, I love it. I am all for it. For sure.
Me too.
Because
Me
I will
too.
say, you know, there was a time in my life, this is the post-credit scene. There was a time in my life where when I was trying to be a good Christian, I was like, I'm not listening to any secular music, only Christian. And I was listening to some like gospel bops. I'm not even going to lie. The music was lit.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah, it is lit.
Mhm.
But they took that music, right? Like,
Yep.
they took that.
Yeah.
And now we hear gospel, and that did not originate. Like, they took that and turned it into their worship music.
Mhm.
But we're going to take it back and turn it into what we
Yes,
praise
ma'am.
and what we love and what we care about. And we can listen to our own goddamn music. And Mama Bash is starting a station head. And
Yes.
that's like a radio station for us.
I
and
love
that's
it.
fucking cool too. I know, me too.
Yeah, we're
So
meeting
make
them
sure
where
you
they
guys-
are.
That's right. Go get yourself a station head account, because in this new year, Mama Bash is going to have a station head where she's going to be playing music from people like myself, Sandra, Joel Reads Bible, hopefully will join her. Chris from Life Beyond Belief, hopefully will join her. Thinker will be joining her. So lots of really great creators are bringing you music that is for deconstruction.
What better?
And it's amazing, right?
I'm with you.
All right, well, I love you guys. I hope you guys have a very, very safe holiday. Remember, do not fucking drink and drive, okay?
Yes.
Don't fucking do it. Don't get high. Do not do it, okay? And if you don't have to drive, don't, because no matter what I just said, people are still going to do it, okay?
If you
I love
drink and
all.
drive,
Be
you're a
safe.
Christian. Okay, remember that.
Yeah, you're going to heaven.
Yeah.
That's going to be hell.
Love you, Crystal.
Love
Thanks for
you.
going live.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.